All right, what's up, guys? So, as you see by the title of this video, I kind of got fucking housed today. I lost like $14,000 on OCGN. So, I'm going to kind of talk about all that stuff. But before I get into the actual trading of the day, I want to talk about how I kind of prepped for the day, what I did the day before, because as you guys know, your process for the day starts the day before. So, today's a Monday, right? Today's a Monday, and yesterday was Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. Congrats to Tom Brady, fucking sickening cat. Um, so let me explain what I did yesterday, right? So yesterday I was at a little bit of a Super Bowl party with a couple friends. We're drinking, we're all hanging out. Um, and the game ended around like I think 10 or 11 Eastern time. And I said to myself, like, my brother and his friend, they bet 100 grand on the game and they won. So all of a sudden they're 100 grand richer and they wanted to go party. And for me, I didn't really feel like partying because shit, man, like I just wanted to get home early and I wanted to wake up and trade. Mondays are my days. Mondays are my busiest days in the markets. I wake up early, I trade, I do these YouTube lives, I get on a bunch of calls for MIC. So I really didn't feel like being hungover today. So I was a good boy and I left the party around midnight. I got home and I passed out. And to my surprise, at 3 a.m., my brother and all of our drunken friends walked right into the apartment, started blasting music, and all of a sudden, I started to wake up after 3 hours of sleep, and I was pissed, right? So here I am leaving the party early to go to bed early, and then these guys go partying, they go clubbing, and then they come back and they start blasting all the music. And I'm just like, shit, man, maybe I should have just gone to the party. So I was a little bit cranky this morning. I woke up and I started to watch the new podcast that's going to be released soon. It's a podcast with Dr. On and Woody. They talk about the frequently asked questions about day trading. But I started watching that, and it's like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., right? And everyone leaves, and all of a sudden I pass out in front of my computer, right? So all of a sudden I'm like drooling on my computer like this, and I'm hearing my phone start to vibrate, and all of a sudden it's 8:30 in the morning. So I left the party early to sleep early and to be good and wake up early and prep for the morning. Instead, I left the party early. 3 a.m., all the drunken friends come in, they start causing a commotion. It's like a tornado went off, and then I go to get some work done, and I pass out at my fucking desk because I didn't get enough sleep. So already this morning, you could see that my process was kind of whacked. I wasn't prepped properly. I wasn't awake early. I didn't get enough sleep, right? So already from the beginning, I knew that today was a very dangerous day just for myself. There could have been a bunch of easy plays, but I know that based on what happened last night, that everything was kind of screwed up for me. So this is life. It happens. I tried to be perfect yesterday, and life threw a curveball. All my friends got drunk. They partied. They had a good time. They came back. They woke my ass up, right? So that was my process for the day. I come into the morning, and I was looking at the top gainers. Um, there was a couple low-hanging fruit like AAME. There was a couple stocks that ran on Friday that were kind of gapping up today. LIZI was one of them. There's SINO was like another one. So there was pretty much decent plays, but then there was this one stock, right? One stock that took everyone's attention, OCGN. And the way that we explain the stock, guys, is we use an analogy called the hot chick. So there's the girl at the bar that's wearing pretty much no clothes, is looking hot, and all the guys want to talk to. And most of the time, the hot chick never works out because too many guys are giving her attention and she's having none of it. She's just getting everyone's money from their drinks and she's having none of it, right? So oftentimes, these hot chicks, these hot stocks are the hardest stocks to trade of the day because they have so much attention, right? So at MIC, we like to focus on the stocks that people aren't talking about, the stocks that don't have attention, the stocks that are easier on the day to trade, right? So I started off my morning really well. I shorted some GameStop today. I shorted some AAME. I shorted another low-hanging fruit BSQR today. So I was doing really well, and all of a sudden, like my profits started adding up. I was up like 10 or 15, even maybe even $20,000 on the day. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, that's pretty good. I'm a little bit confident. Now that I'm a little bit confident, let me go start talking to this hot girl at the bar. Let me go start fucking around with this hot chick, right? And the problem with today's hot chick was that it was also easy to borrow, right? So as a short seller, there is a couple warning flags that we have to be careful of. So take notes right here, guys. If a stock is easy to borrow, it has a high probability of squeezing. If a stock has SSR, it has a high probability of squeezing. If the stock is a low float, it has a high probability of squeezing. If the stock has all three combined, you're fucked, right? So in today's scenario, OCGN didn't have SSR, didn't have a low float, but it had easy to borrow. Fucking easy to borrow, right? Um, and today it had extreme amounts of volume. It had abnormal volume. So something that you guys have to also remember is a lot of volume equals a lot of demand. If there's hundreds of millions of shares being traded on the stock, that means that there's a lot of demand. That means that people are interested for whatever fucking reason, right? So I'm over here trying to be the hero. I'm trying to slay the dragon. All of a sudden, I got some nice armor I got some nice padding. I got a new machine gun. I got a fucking bazooka, right? Because I nailed every other trade before that I thought that I could nail this one, right? I've been with so many chicks before that I thought now I could nail the hot chick, right? And that's kind of what's been happening. So I started shorting. And the difference with OCGN and a lot of these other stocks is it was kind of conforming to the patterns that we like to see, right? We like to see rejections of whole and half dollar marks. We like to see pushes into key resistance areas and then stuff moves right back down. On OCGN, the stock had its parabolic to 14, came back down to like, I would say 1050, 11, and then started to bounce. So here I am, guys. Here I am starting to short around 12, right? I think in my head, okay, it just hit 14. It came down to 10. It's at the middle of the range around 12. I'm going to start shorting it, right? And the way that I was shorting this stock today, guys, is I was using my 30% rule. So we have videos on this, and if you guys don't know, I'm going to briefly explain it. The 30% rule means that if a stock is above VWAP, I am only allowed to use 30% of my max size. So if I have 1,000 shares max size, if it's above VWAP, I'm only allowed to use 300. And this is a rule that I created with my trading coach back in the day, Brett Steenbarger. And this was because if I stop out 30% of my size rather than 100% of my size, not only am I not shell shocked, not only is my loss small, but I have the powder, I have the money to be able to attack when it turns. And this has been an incremental rule in my trading. I know a lot of members in MIC are using this rule as well to help their trading as well. So today I was short the 30% rule at $12. And my thought process was if this stock pushes towards 12.50, the half dollar mark, they're probably going to push it and sell it off, right? And that's exactly what happened. So they pushed it towards 12.50, they sold it off. And I was mentioning to the guys in the room that the stock had to break 10.50 to create more downside. So my plan was this: 30% size at $12, add to 50% size if 11 broke, and add to 100% size if 10.50 broke. So now I had a plan. And what was my stop? My stop was going to be 12.65. So I had a plan. Now the stock went to 11 and it started holding 11. And I'm like, okay, shit. Okay, I'll go 50% size. No big deal. It just stopped. Did its thing. 14 is the high. It's whatever. And then all of a sudden, volume comes in. It goes from 11 to 11.50 to 12 to 12.50. And at this point, I have a hard stop in at 12.65. I get stopped out. It goes to 13. It hits 13. Boom! Right back down to 11.50. And I'm like, oh my God, I just covered the top. I suck. Like, I was wrong. So now I get emotional. Now I tell myself, okay, it just fucking slammed and I got out. I'm reshorting. Now here I am reshorting at 12. And now my plan is, okay, if it hits 13, I'm going to stop out. So now it's at 12. It's going down to 11.50. And now it's consolidating around 12, 12.10, 12.20, 12.30, 12.40, 12.50. Oh shit, I'm fucked again. And then it goes to 13, and then I stop out at like 13.50. So at that point, guys, now I lost on a 30% size trade. I lost on a 50% size trade, and the losses added up. So I ended up stopping out around 13.50, 13.65. And I was like, oh my God, bro. Like, I was up $20,000 on the day, and now I'm only up 4,000. Like, this sucks, man. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like anytime I take a loss, it could be $100, it could be $1,000. That pain always feels the same. You know, if I have a winning trade, if I have a good trade, I ignore it and it feels like nothing. But when I have a losing trade, just something about it just fucking pierces me and it gets into my emotions. And it's the same thing with negative comments, guys. Anytime we get like one negative comment, that kind of hurts me more than getting 10 positive comments. And I don't know why that is. I'm going to try to change that for my own mental sake. And that's just kind of how I correlate it to trading. So now here I am. I lost $14,000 on OCGN. I stuck to my plan, and I'm looking at my profit, and I'm like, oh wait, I didn't really lose 14,000. Yeah, I lost it, but I'm still up $4 grand on the day. And if I go back and think about it, $4 grand on the day is $1 million a year, guys. So what the fuck am I doing complaining? Why am I upset? Sure, I wish I was still up 14 grand. I mean, I wish I was still up 20 grand. But the truth of the matter is, like, an extra $10,000 isn't really going to change my life, guys. So why the hell am I here complaining, or why am I upset when I still made $4,000 on the day, guys? And that's just the thing is, trading is very competitive. I am in a constant competition with myself. So I feel like if I lost that money, I'm kind of hurting myself. But the truth of the matter is, I managed my risk. I stuck to my plan. Yes, I had a little bit more paper cuts than I wanted, but shit, if I could fuck up and still make $4,000 on the day, I'm gonna be fine. I use my padding in the morning. I use my cushion in the morning to give me a false sense of confidence, and it's all good. You know, I've been doing very well on the year so far, guys. We're at like February 14, February 15 or some shit, and I'm already up $500,000 on the year. You know, last year I made $1 million in the full year, and in 2 months I'm already at half that. You know, I'm not setting any arbitrary targets. I'm not trying to make fucking $5-10 million a year. I'm just trying to show up, stick to the process, and make money. So, although I lost $14,000 in OCGN today, I still walked away green because I had so many other trades that added up. I posted those trades in the chart recap channel for members, and that's basically it. So, I want to kind of open it up to a brief Q&A now. So if you guys have any questions, leave it here. Additionally, the number one question, so I get a lot of DMs over the weekend, guys. I guess like a lot of people start watching our YouTube videos over the weekend and they start to DM me and all this stuff. And the number one DM I got over the weekend was, do you think this market is going to continue? Do you think this market is going to end? And you know what my honest answer is, guys? I think we're just getting started, man. I think we're really just getting started. This has been the biggest inflow of money entering the stock market in what seems like history. You know, the government is printing trillions of dollars, and because everything else is closed, those trillions of dollars are coming right back into the stock market. There's so much uneducated money. There's so much dumb money entering the market. So in my opinion, guys, I think this crazy action is just getting started. I think this is the next decade of being a day trader. And in my opinion, if you guys are not investing in your education and you guys are not looking for a trading mentor, someone like me, someone like Bao, someone like the guys in MIC are going to clean up all your fucking money, because we have been here studying for years and years and years to take advantage of this once in a lifetime opportunity. You know, I've been trading for 7 years, guys. It took me 7 years to become an overnight success. And after 7 years of hustling and grinding my ass off, I am now making 7 figures a year. So, wouldn't you want to get started as early as possible so that you have the biggest advantage possible? When I started trading, MIC didn't exist. Now, because of MIC, traders are finding consistency in less than 6 months. Some traders that put in the work, like Faye, are finding consistency in 45 days, guys. So, if you want to enter the market and you don't know what you're doing, maybe you're investing in Dogecoin, maybe you're investing in GameStop, maybe you're investing in AMC, stop fucking gambling. Start learning how to trade. Start taking this professionally and seriously, and you will start to make 6 or 7 figures day trading. So let's open up to a Q&A, guys, for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to get back to work. Like I said, Mondays are usually my busiest days, so I have a lot of back-end stuff to catch up on and a lot of PMs to catch up on. So this is your opportunity to ask me a question. So if you guys ask me about hedge pairs, I'm going to turn this shit off. So when there's so many plays, how do you filter things down? I'm having a hard time choosing which stocks to play. It seems like I make a plan for stocks that lines never hit. That is a fantastic question. So for me, I like to narrow it down. Uh, Most of the time, if I try to trade more than 3 or 4 stocks on the day, I end up losing. And the reason why is because I don't like to split up my focus. I like to trade the best stocks only and take it from there. And how do you kind of narrow it down was the question. To be honest, for me, it's about screen time. It's about knowing which stocks you are comfortable with. It's about knowing which stocks you constantly profit on. For me, when I'm trading in the morning, I like to focus on stocks that are under VWAP pre-market and looking to short them on a bounce. So what I like to do is if there's 5 stocks moving and 3 of them are under VWAP, those 3 take my top priority. But oftentimes it's screen time. After being a trader for 7 years, you learn which stocks to trade and which stocks to avoid. And now as I'm recording this video, guys, OCGN is at 1850. I stopped out at 1350. Had I held, had I been stubborn, had I not managed my risk, had I just prayed, had I just broken all the rules, you know what? I would have not been up 4,000. I would have been down $25,000 on the day. So you know what? As upset as I was 20 minutes ago, now I am on cloud 9 because I just proved that the process works again. If you break your rules and you lose a small amount of money, if you stick to your rules and you lose a small amount of money, you are a winner. If you break your rules and you lose, you will build bad habits long term. So I was frustrated in the morning when I stopped out. I said, fuck, I lost $14,000 on it. And now at 1850, I would have lost an additional $25,000 had I not stopped out. So you know what? $4,000 sounds pretty fucking good to me today, man. So any questions, guys? Any questions for me? Does this all make sense? Please, if this is making sense, leave a like on the video. Let me know that you guys are getting it, right? This is the day and the age of the pump and dumps. There's so much people. There's so many pump and dump rooms. There's so many scam rooms just pumping garbage. And what you realize is day 1, they pump it. Day 2, they forget it. I got no problem sitting there on day 2 and fucking bulldozing in a short, guys. It's the same thing of what I did at AAME today. So if you look at my charts in MIC for AAME, bro, this was a stock that tanked on Friday. Today it bounced, and I shorted the shit out of it for a low stress trade. So I hope these videos are helping you guys. I really, really like when you guys leave comments and let me know which lessons you learned. I really like hearing your guys' feedback. We don't really have to do these videos. We don't really need to. A lot of the stuff we talk about is already explained for our members, but this is all for you guys to kind of just understand that, even as professional day traders for 7 years, even Bao for fucking 20 years, we still fuck up, man. I'm not perfect. I don't think I'm perfect. But when I do screw up, I'm going to be here. I'm going to explain to you. And I'm going to try to improve on it. These videos are like game footage. You know how professional athletes watch footage of their games? They replay the footage to see where what they did right and what they did wrong. I go back to these videos, and this is kind of like my video diary of what I did right and what I did wrong and what I can improve on. And today, I shorted the hot chick that was easy to borrow. I traded it too many times. I went back to the well too many times. But you know what? I stuck to my process. I stuck to my rules. And because I stopped out, I walked away green on the day. So this is your lesson, guys. Your lesson is if you are not setting a hard stop in your trading, I promise you, you will not make it trading. Okay? If you are not using hard stops in your trading, you will not make it trading. It is very easy to make money in the stock market. It is very hard to keep it in your pocket. Hard stops and zombie rules made me a millionaire, and they will make you a millionaire too. So guys, please leave a comment with one lesson that you learned on the video. I'm going to go back, I'm going to reply, and maybe I'll pick someone to win a free month or a free t-shirt or free phone call or whatever. So appreciate you guys. And if you guys have any questions about trading, text us 213-458-5997. I'm going to head back, answer some questions, and tomorrow I'm going to short the shit out of OCGN if it confirms and if it shows us that there is a reason to short it. Because today, I'm not fucking touching it. Tomorrow, ooh, there's going to be a big opportunity tomorrow. So maybe I'll wear that lucky shirt that I made 300 grand on tomorrow. So we'll see. And if it's a crazy day tomorrow, I'll see you on Bao's Instagram Live. So have a good day, and I'll see you guys back in the room.